All right, good morning. Today is Monday, April 14th, 2005. Here we're looking at the NQ futures. Currently at a 310 tick chart. Sometimes I'll have it at a 255, but lately the volatility has been a little wild, so just been putting a larger tick chart just for the noise and help me kind of zoom out of the volatility. And here we go. Try my best to explain the market as the way I see it. Mostly these are just for me, so I can look back and see if I missed anything or if I'm um, correct in my ideas, and just to see what I'm thinking, how I'm handling myself, and yeah. So if whoever is watching and can find some value and benefit out of it, that's great. As of right now, these are more like trading vlogs. I think it'd be a little easier than kind of journaling. This would be a way of journaling and speaking out my thoughts. So far what we have here is a bit of a gap. This is a gap right here. Let's give that a color. We don't know when this will fill, but we can certainly just highlight that. Make sure it's on there. And then we do have this high from Friday, Thursday-ish, late Thursday session. So there's a high there. And we might be working towards the tap, retest, and maybe break through to the upside. We do have some strength. This has been bullish since Sunday. We do have some strength up. So as of right now, the momentum that we see is up. Overall, though, kind of tricky because we've just been in a bloodbath and bleeding out to the downside. So, with that recent news of Trump's 90-day plunge protection, um, we might see some type of reversal to the upside. I like this line; it's kind of capturing some of these pivots well enough. And then we do have a steep kind of curve to it as of right now. It's a steep curve where it seems like it wants to go parabolic almost towards the end there. So market is open. Zoom in here. We've had a pretty nice strong run, couple shallow pullbacks, another little extension there. Could see a pullback a little deeper. We do have our VWAP is this blue line that is coinciding with the monthly. So the monthly is blue and the VWAP is black. It's this line here. So this tends to be very powerful. I feel like when they're coinciding, fresh coming off of, excuse me, not monthly, weekly, and the session, when they're coinciding like that, this can be a very strong tool. So what else do we have here? I know we have another high, but towards 2000. We'll get that once we get there. It's somewhere up here. There's another high. All right, market pulling back here. Looking for a pullback. I am in sim, which is fine. Yeah, well, you saw my name there, so No, luckily nobody really watches this stuff anyway. So pulling back to the 9200 there. So a round number holding it so far, but these things tend to just kind of bleed over a little bit before they hold that intended number. Lately, they've been bleeding over about 50 points to 40 points. So you see some type of bleed over. It seems like they're intending to hold this number, but sometimes it goes down and then does something like that. We'll just play around on sim. This account. Let's see if we can get a deeper pullback. Either slowdown or a sharp pivot and something that holds like that. Ideally. We'll target something up here. And then we'll see if the market is bullish today or not. Bullish scenarios, obviously do your pullback, holding, go deeper. If it does not, I'd say we'll see what it does down here with these two pivots. If it starts becoming bearish, and we start to lose this level, then we most likely going to fill this gap from Sunday night. But that's only if we don't hold like at least these two pivots might break down there. So probably looking to enter in a trade here soon. Let's see what we get. Rolling over deeper. We do have something here that we can hide behind. And it looks like people are already on it. Let's see if we get a pivot. A bit of a tracement there. Get close enough to this pivot we can hide behind. 20 to 30 points. And there it is for me. Let's put it down here. Let's see. ROE, at least 50 points. Let's see. That'll definitely hold if we're behind 50. Yeah, just about. So we should be okay with this trade. See if the bullishness picks up here. If not, we could go down deeper, which we wouldn't like to see at this point. Getting stopped out a little bit. And stopped out, which second isn't a bad trade. Let's see how deeper we go. Not a bad trade, I'd say. This had potential to pretty much hold and zoom up here for us, but didn't. VWAP just below. Let's see what it does here. Remember, it is this blue line can become very strong. Might want to give it another attempt to go higher. Let's see. Um, might want to give it like 30 points. We get it down here, here. Let's see, and then maybe they'll start picking it up quickly. If not, we'd probably go straight down and fill this gap, it seems. So somewhere below this number, maybe as deep as 20 points behind the round number. That way I can be deep in this. At least be behind this pivot for sure. But we'll see if it'll even give me that. Looks like people are already buying at this level. Round number plus VWAP session and weekly lining up there. So a bit of a nice pop there. But in order for me to be safe enough, I have to be filled down here, all the way down here. All right, this thing has the potential to go back up now. It's just literally kind of a circular wave, and then should see it kind of give us another one there. Hmm. So definitely people buying here at the VWAP. But I am also trying to get in, but this price level for me. And ideally hide behind at least one pivot. It's about 30 points there. Actually, it is 30 points. So let's see if we can get something up here. And target would be all the way up here. Let's switch this to points. Six points there. Close to getting stopped out there, so probably looking to fill this gap on Sunday. There I'm stopped out, so like I said, if it doesn't want to hold this last pivot here at all, then we're gonna be headed towards this gap. Now, as of right now, this is a circular wave still, and It looks like it might not be holding, so it's gonna fail. I'll fill this gap down here. Momentum up during the pre-market, then rolled over, and now it's becoming quite bearish. So let's say after, let's see how far we poke down below, but it's becoming bearish. Most likely filling this gap here. And it probably wants to do it very quickly so it can get that out the agenda. It's a decent trade. It's up about 113 points. Crazy volatility. And pretty much broke even on that one. Towards the end of the day on Friday. Interesting. Momentum up to pretty much around there. This kept pushing a little deeper into this secondary pivot. Nice shallow pullback here. Looks like it wants to break straight down. Let's see. Looks like they're pushing into this pivot, trying to shatter that. So we might get a bit of a steep push. Let's see. And yeah, we get that steep push down. We finally broke through this last pivot. Very bearish now. See if we can get this gap filled. I gave it 2 chances for longs to go to the upside and test this high from, I think it was Thursday, Friday, right here. These highs from Thursday were close, but I guess it has more important things to do, like fill this gap. So we'll see. I am interested in a short. Let's see if we can get it at this VWAP here. Somewhere around here. Let's see. Maybe hide behind my 200 SMA EMA. Don't know what it's at. SMA. I like this straight pop. Okay, you can give it to me. Maybe there. This back here for right now. Target is the gap, maybe even a little further. Okay. It might come back a little deeper, but we'll see. It might be holding something there. As round, we got the round as well. We got the round number VWAP, 2 of the VWAPs. I am trying to hide behind here as well, so I might. This is the type of situation where backing it up is not a bad idea. If I can get it maybe up here, backing up the idea somewhere up here, and then just having the stop just a little deeper. But so far this trade is working. We are trying to fill this gap. I did like this sharp kind of retracement, and then we got 1, 2 kind of reversing bars where they were closing to the top, and then they closed and towards the bottom of the stick. of the tick bar. And then yeah, so that's where I entered. Let's see. We are pretty much already down 60 points, so kind of need this to be a rather larger trade, winning trade, because the volatility and just the scale of trading right now is more exaggerated. So as before, like 80 points is massive. Let's see, it's already like 1,000. 80 points is like $1,600, but the scale of the market right now is, it's pretty much asking me to either at the least get 100 points from a trade, if not 200. So somewhere in between 100 and 200 points is what the market is kind of asking you to set up your targets as, or for me, the way I'm trading, somewhere around here. So right now we're at the gap fill, which is about maybe 250 points. But I'd say maybe like a month ago, I would have taken my 80 points and ran. I would have taken my 80 points and ran, but the market's asking you for bigger stops, so you're gonna need bigger targets to balance that out, or downsize, but you're still gonna need the bigger stops. Just scale, like the scale of it. But yeah, 80 points back in the days is a fuck ton of points. You take that trade, you get in another one, another good trade, you're up sometimes 150 points, and that's it for the day. It's $3,000. So, let's see. Like I said, I'm willing to back this up. The market has showed itself to be bearish and most likely willing to fill this gap. I mean, why not? We're already there. A few more points, and this agenda is off the table, and the market can do something else without this kind of looming over our heads. And yeah. So looking for at least 100 points, 250, maybe even 200. So this would be 200 points. Ideally, is what we're looking for. So let's just maybe put like a target zone. 100 points and 200. So somewhere in between this space. And if I can get a better price, I'm willing to stick through some pullbacks here for sure. This is nothing to be scared at. Even if it comes all the way up here, it still come down. So at least we can try to maybe hide behind this pivot there. But this is a good scenario overall. If I can get in a second contract, and then my average price would be somewhere up here, at least somewhere around the round number, and then yeah, it'd be pretty good. And then ride, at least at that point, I'll ride one contract, maybe to 100 points, and the other down here, or we'll see what the market does. But yeah, we have a lot of coinciding factors right here at this moment, which maybe this is even the better trade, even the better price. just because we have the 200 SMA round number. We have a round number. And then we have the weekly and the session VWAP lining up there. This is a very, very focal point of everything kind of coinciding. So it should kind of send the market down here, kind of viciously in a way. Should be a lot of people interested in here, and let's see what happens. But yeah, looking for at least 200, maybe 200 points, 150 at the very least. 100 points, and that's 100 points in this market. It's very, almost feels like scalping. Like if you're just taking 100 points and it's like scalping, it feels. But this is a very small target of 100 points. Like this is like the trade hasn't even began to work out yet. The trade begins to work out once it breaks these two pivots. That's when you're pretty much like, okay, that waiting period when you're in a trade and the trade hasn't I guess started to work. This is pretty much the trade had like this 80 points. The trade still hasn't began to work. Like the trade hasn't taken off yet. If it would have broke this pivot and separated down here, then the trade would have began to work, and that's when you could start reducing risk and all the other fun stuff. All right, this is a little bit of a trouble. Not the type of energy or price moving you're trying to see. But like I said, we can still hold this pivot back here, and I'm probably looking soon to probably get another trade, probably towards this outer band there. Be a good opportunity for me to get my average price in at the round number pretty much, and hold that towards the downside. I'm still not seeing anything. The market would literally have to get all the way back up here behind this pivot for me to start pretty much deciding that the market is sideways, and it showed strength in both the up and down, so pretty much sideways. If it gets above up here, and we'll see. Okay, still looking for another entry on the other position. We're just waiting to fill this gap. One, two pullbacks so far. Could wait for another one and then go. Wouldn't be too bad. And as well, that would give me, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Kind of where the market kind of bleeds over. Like wants to hold this level, just kind of bleeds over a little bit and then goes. If we hold till the gap open and possibly even lower, looks like about 250 points. So we see these people here stacking, getting ready to get ran over. I love these type of trades or this type of price action where the market the market wants to kind of, the market wants to go down. Doesn't quite give you the continuation right away, but it starts to build these guys up. Like they'll start to kind of build this trend line, which is kind of steep, and they might even push it one more time before they break, and they break pretty aggressively as well. This is like fuel. I consider these people here stacking up for no reason. Fuel for fire to my trade to work in my way, because these people are probably not the strongest traders, and their stops are probably very tight behind this trend line. And once they crack, they really tend to just start the fire that sets it all off. Ideally, I still want one more run up, but like I said, this is holding very nicely. The round number plus the 200 SMA plus session and weekly VWAP all in this area there. It's holding very nicely. Yeah, we could probably see a pop, and that's the pop that I would like to sell. That'll give us 1, 2, 3. Usually the market works in threes before it'll do something. So, and then this will give us 1, 2, 3. And then probably something different will happen. I think that's some type of human psychology where it'll wait for the first two, and then on the third one something happens. So it's kind of interesting to see that. Yeah, it looks like they're not able to push this up any higher anymore. Well, they were trying right here, but people are stepping in. And we're probably breaking now, which this, as soon as it breaks, I zoom down. At the very least, it is going to get back down here. And we will see what they do down here. They shouldn't hold. Depending how violent this gets, I'm sure people are here stacked, but they might not want to catch this, and they might bail, which means more fuel for the fire. There's nothing here to stop it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Hmm. Right. Market is more tamed than it was last week, but the scale is still there. I mean, is not as volatile, but the scale of the market is still very wide, very large. We're still getting, I mean, we're still getting very large movements. Like this was 200, 240 points to the downside, right at pretty much at the open, but this was also 175 points to the upside, and then 240 to the downside. So, but it's not as crazy, and it's not moving lightning fast. So, and it's probably not as sharp as it was, and it's not very, very fast. So it's very good for us where the volatility kind of is subdued from last week, and we're still keeping the scale and range of it. So good for us because the 200, 300 point moves are still here, and we're just getting them very tamed. So it's good for us. The volatility last week was pretty insane and very hard to trade. And now it's more tamed, and we still have the scale, which allows us to make a lot of points. It looks like they're trying to break up here, but I mean, as soon as it does, it's going to be a discount for anyone that's looking to get in at a better price like I am. So it's either you guys go from here or you give everybody a better price. I mean, obviously the ones who are not, I guess, brave enough to hold, like these guys, if they're who don't know what type of trader they might probably start getting out their positions. But me, I'm gonna try to get in another contract there. So maybe it's a better price before we close this contract. And if it doesn't work out, obviously if we break above this pivot, I'd say the market is going sideways and it's probably gonna come tap up here. And if it does, then I'm kind of gonna have to short this because it seems like it just wants to fluctuate, and I'm probably gonna try to fade this extreme way up here. And if it doesn't work out, then that's fine as well. And maybe it zooms up here. There's the volatility picking up a bit. Let me get short up here. Move this back. It's just everybody that was shorting here getting. Oh man, I like this. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Just one more little push. Maybe stack up something like that. Oh, what am I doing? Nope. Get up. Okay, that's good. And we'll just leave it there for now. Okay, let me clean up my chart. All right, so ideally, I kind of want to move my stop just a little bit. Let's see. Maybe this is 20 points. Let's see. Maybe just a little bit further out. But ideally, 20 points behind this pivot is fine. And at this point, I can possibly try to get out at one contract as soon as it comes back down, but we'll see if I can even hold. Everybody who was shorting here, including me, getting stopped out there and pushing the market higher. So let's see if I can hold through the storm. Probably not. We'll see. Sometimes they'll give you one tick of grace and that trade will go in your favor sometimes. So we'll see. I'm not totally convinced it's gonna go all the way up. It did break this, but not separating as much. Let's see. This move is just pretty much everybody that was shorting here, here, possibly people still here like me. Probably who got out there. But these people for sure, this group of traders getting stopped out because the market wasn't kind of going in their favor. They seen this, probably got scared, starts triggering some stops. And yeah, got a bit of an overreaction, I'd say. And then getting a new group of traders up here, which market does like to kick out traders before it goes in their favor. So I'm gonna hold, and I'm holding just by a damn tick here. So let's see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't even come close to this high anymore. It just kind of zooms down there for us. But at least this way I have an option to get out of one contract if I feel like I'm over leveraged. But I think I'm in a good spot here, so maybe I could have waited a little more. Got up somewhere up here, or maybe abandoned. Can't really abandon it yet. Maybe abandoned one, and then maybe look for a better price on an entry, because I knew it was kind of, this was like a last resort type of thing. Maybe I could have gotten up here, get rid of this one, re-enter up here. But I'm still confident that we are gonna close this gap. So we'll see. At this point, I am gonna close one at 100 points. So whenever I get 100 points, I'm looking to maybe get out at one, and then maybe there's a bit of support building right here. So get out at one and then leave the other one at break even once the trade kind of gets away from this area. So let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Get rid of this. Keep it like that. And gonna just clean up. Clean up my chart just a bit. Leave this. So right now I can get rid of one contract at break even, and then I'll de-risk and kind of take some risk over leverage. If you feel like you are, take some off there. But me, I'm gonna hold. Honestly, my target is there, so I'm just gonna move it down here just in case we get just an insane amount of downwards price action. So we'll see what happens. I'm still fairly in a good situation. I might try a little bit more. Like I said earlier, I said that the target for us is down here, gap, and that it can probably go possibly up to this pivot there. And I said it shouldn't break it, and if it does, then we're in a sideways mess. We're possibly going to head up here. So as right now it's holding that pivot. It just kind of bled over a little bit. Not really any separation. Kind of just bled over it. Just the amount of probably people getting stopped out pushed it a little higher than I would have liked it, which is fine. The entry on the second contract, I'd say it's pretty decent. It's high. I could have waited just a little bit longer, but it's still good. This first entry isn't best. Maybe I could have got out and re-entered one of these, like at least 20 points higher, but it's we're still in a good situation that we've set up ourselves in. So this if this works out, we're gonna be very, very, very well in a situation where we're pretty good. At least I'm thinking if we can make at least 200 points today, then sure it'll be perfect to continue on trading. Or 200 points in this situation, and we continue trading and picking very, very good spots for our other trades would be good. And I think this is somewhat the best way to use this tool of backing up a trade. If you define the parameters and the idea, like kind of the way I did, I knew that the market might have gone up here, and that's where I was looking to get a really good entry. This is a really good entry on a short. If you're not thinking about this entry, this is a very good entry, and the idea isn't broken yet. So I'm just defending my idea basically. And the idea isn't, like I said, the idea would have been broken if we kind of went up and separated, something like that. Then the idea is broken because we're probably headed up here. We're in a sideways market and it's going to start chopping everybody out. And the other idea was just to fade that if it did happen. So we'll see. These people are kind of holding this somewhat trend line. But like I said, that also can be fuel for fire. As soon as these people start losing this trend line, they're gonna give us a lot of fuel, and it should be sharp. It didn't happen here, which a lot of people probably were expecting to break these pivots, but the trend line is not as steep anymore. It's kind of that angle where it's like a 45, and they can tend to be a little strong. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm still, as soon as we break this, we should be heading down. So we'll see what the market does. This was a 123-point move to the upside. So the scale is still there. The volatility is a bit subdued. Something just to be aware of. All right. So we're still in this. We're in a good spot. Looking to make some points here. This is 100 points. Target 1 somewhere here, but I want to see what kind of strength we get. And we get enough strength to crack this, and I'm going to hold for more. Let's just say 150-ish points would be decent for the first target, which should be around there. Around here somewhere. Would be decent enough for the first target. I remember I'm in 2 contracts, so in my head, what I'm doing is doubling these points right now. So I'm up around 60-ish, 50-ish points. So that's like 100, 120 points. But I'm looking to take this market for a ride down here. So at least one to give me 150. And I know I am down just about 70. So we'll see. Maybe kind of need to hold for even more to kind of balance this out a little bit, but we'll see. See what the market decides to do. You see how second time of kind of breaking this trend line, but not giving us that rush that I'm looking for. So there it is. Let's just get this to start popping down lower. But yeah, so either 100 points on the first contract to 150. And then I'm just going to hold the second one till the gap close. The gap closes here. So we'll see. About 70 points. Maybe I should 150. Yeah, it's good. It's good. 150 points ish. So it's right there. So I'm gonna move it down just in case we get some nasty bars to the downside, and I'll just move my target. But I know my target's where they're at mentally, and right here. So either here, and we'll see what the market does once it gets to this bottom. If it stalls, if it does something weird like a nasty pullback, a higher low, then I'll definitely look to be getting out. But as of right now, we'll see. Just deciding this is how I'm gonna play it. Not what I'm looking for, not what I want to see. I wanted to see this kind of collapse more and at least kind of attack this bottom and then get these people scared, and shouldn't really be any trouble getting past this, but it's not what I'm getting. Just gonna have to wait a little longer and see what we get. I mean, ideally, I feel like we should just close this gap and get that out the way. That way the market doesn't have anything kind of weighing it down, and we just kind of continue our journey to the upside. Get this gap out the way, and yeah, not look back. Get that out the way. And we could continue maybe on the bullishness of the Trump news, of the suspended Trump tariffs or whatever. Market is a little slow, so let me see if there's some type of news that people are waiting for or something. If that's the case, then I'm high. Not really. There's nothing. All right, let's give this some time to work before I start messing around with either getting out of a trade or reducing risk, or because ideally I can't reduce risk just yet. I needed to push down here, and then I can bring my stop lower. Probably to break even on the first one, right up on both of them. Maybe right around there. Break even on one, and the other one will be a loser of about 70 points. Are kind of a lot, so we'll see. It's just the scale of it, so that's why it just kind of looks terrifying a little bit. 70 points on a stop is a lot. Now let's see. Let's see. Definitely looking for it to move down. Break even on the second one would be nice, and if we move down into this territory, then I can reduce the risk for the second or the first trade, and maybe just risk about 40 on that one, something like that. Or break even on the first one, hide the second one behind some pivots. Like these pivots are well enough for me to hide just maybe somewhere in this area. 50 points. Yeah, it's not bad. We'll see. Market is taking its sweet time, and it's building up a base here. It's not what I want to see. It's not helping the case, so it's kind of right here, the second try that I kind of don't like this pattern here. This is the second try to go down, which failed. I can definitely get out of one contract for break even. Just don't want to do that though. If anything, it'd be a good idea to maybe get out of one and then re-enter somewhere on a better price up here. Still something like that would be nice. Or just get out of one, hold the one contract, see what that does. But we'll see. Ideally, at least I want a retest of this bottom and the price. So see, I'm just waiting. Market is just a bit sideways. So it's interesting to see with this movement down. It starts to go sideways. Maybe take a little breather and continue that move down. So let's see, something like this. Maybe able to get it up to here somewhere. I mean, as soon as it gets into this blue square down here, the gap is definitely going to be filled. Maybe even overran a little bit. So that's what I'm hoping for. Could even overrun it just about to the round number there. But let's see if I can even stay in this trade. It might kick me out. See that plan of dumping the first entry. Why would it be the best idea? And then back up to here. So we'll see. Definitely don't want it to make another high. Looks like the market didn't want to give it up. We're just buying down here. I mean, that's a lot of fuel for fire, though. That is a lot of fuel. I mean, if they drop the ball and sellers take control, then these guys are kind of almost want to transfer this energy and splay it to the downside. So it would be like something like that. Can't really be like a pivot tool, which doesn't really give it to me. Where I can just pivot like a protractor, whatever that tool is. Protractor. Let's see, none of these will do it. But yeah, I kind of want to transfer this energy that it's building up here and display it to the downside, which would give us the gap fill pretty easily. We'll see. I still think I'm in a good position of trying to capture this gap fill and maybe a little bit of overrun. Definitely gap fill, and then I can close one either at this base or if it breaks a little bit deeper, something like that. Something like around, like capture this amount of points to this round number, and then extended the second contract to the second round number. Ideally, that's perfect. And there's a lot of fuel for fire for us to go down there. I mean, all these people are buying and getting here, and I mean, they're not getting anything for their money, really. Here we got the shorts kind of stopped out, came here, didn't really go much further, still a lower low or lower high. And then people are buying again here in this area. And they're really getting much for their money just yet. And if they don't, if this, I say give it one more chance to push down here, then, and if they're still not letting it drop, then we got problems. But we'll see. This is also another lower high to this. So let's see if people are willing to push it down here. me clean this up. That looks better. Like this move at all, probably didn't get stopped out on it. Yeah, should have probably exited out on one, and then this would have been a small loser. So, but it is what it is. We were trying to get some decent size moves and points to the downside to close this gap. And it would be really annoying to get stopped out and then it just beelines to our targets there. So be funny to watch. Different different type of pace, not the pace that I was really expecting. Um, Range is big, the scale is big, the pace is slowed down a lot. It's not as fast, it's not as volatile, so markets are coming down just a bit. So we'll see. Maybe this would be the last chance. If I get another move down, probably be the last chance I'd give it. Because we got something here. We got this try, then came back up. We had another run at it here. And then couldn't go from here as well. This would be the last. And I wanted to start breaking some of these pivots as well. I needed to see it break these pivots and then go all the way to the base. Take that out. And yeah, if not, then trade didn't work out. So it's all good. Cheers. All right. Mark is just chilling. Time is it over there in New York? It's about lunchtime, I guess. I am gonna go and get my headphones real quick. It's kind of a boring little bit. It's kind of boring me right now with this. So let's see. All right, probably gonna get stopped out here on this. Maybe I got out for break even. It's all right. Just looking for bigger ideas. All right, definitely getting stopped out, so there's nothing I can do. And stopped out, so see if we're gonna go back up here. Market is a bit sideways. I'd be really, really annoyed to see it finally collapse. I'd rather have it come up here. Just waiting to see what the market is actually doing because it's just sideways. Maybe we go back up to the highs. We'll see. Ow. All right, market trying to push up here and just snail pace at this point, getting up here. This is the move that I didn't want to see at all because I'd rather just have it go all the way up rather than start to go down. We'll see what the market does, but I still think we're gonna go down here though. Not really getting much for their money. They could even push it up here, so we'll see. Looks like we might get that move to the downside, so we'll see. All right, see what the market does so far. Just kind of sideways, pretty much in the middle of this mess again. Oh man, this sucks. Look at that. Might come down here. Well, looks like they're gonna push us down. Um, at least let's get to this box. or not blocks, but these previous pivots would be good. All right, so finally, finally giving us that attack or that pushing to these pivots that I was looking for earlier, here and here and here, but it didn't do that. So now we're doing it now. So this is about a 155 point push towards the bottom. All right. Well, looks like we're gonna finally close that gap to what I was trying to trade for, but just didn't work out, honestly. Whatever. Maybe I'll take another short here somewhere. But kind of kicked me out the idea, and I don't really want to continue on anymore. All right, whatever. Pretty much just doing what I was trying to trade to, and yeah, just gonna go straight to the gap there. Um, just wasn't able to. Maybe could have got out of this one, break even. This one here, and then re-enter somewhere up here or here even. But yeah, this is a nice trade. This one. But yeah, I just couldn't just didn't want to go in the beginning, like what the hell. Whatever. 280-point move. I was trying to capitalize on this move here, 150-ish, and then this one would have been to the gap closes, maybe even deeper, about 350 points, but just didn't want to give it to me. That's fine. Ah, this sucks. I mean, we knew this gap was gonna close. It was just a matter about trying to trying to position yourself to get it in there. I mean, honestly, if only got stopped out by another 15 points. So I'm thinking maybe next time, uh, collapse the first one, keep this one, and maybe enter somewhere here if I want the two to take down there. But it's just whatever. Like I said, it's gonna run this over. Said it was gonna fill the gap and maybe just run it over a little bit. So the extended target for that contract would have been down here somewhere, like right about here. It would have been good. So this would have been a 320 point trade that I was planning out for myself, and then this one, somewhere around here. It's like about 150. Um, just barely, maybe I could have separated the stops and afforded this one behind this line. But it's just the scale is massive. Uh, that sucks. Whatever. I mean, this is a good trade. Like this is a banger trade right here. Good good positioning. I'd say I say next time get rid of this one and re-enter up here and take both of these for a 300 point ride. I mean, seriously. Easy 300 points, time to contract, 600 points. I mean, what more do you want after that? To be honest, that was beautiful trading, beautiful idea setup. Just the positions where I took my trades, probably not. First one, pretty much. This one, here killed the whole idea. It feels like. Yeah. Well, it shouldn't have played out this way, but it did. So yeah. All right. Well, since that idea finally played out and finally is off the agenda, um, I'd say trading is pretty much done. There's nothing else to look for unless the market starts to really break down here. and then maybe look for more shorts. But as of right now, I think we have to wait and see what the market wants to do after this gap fills. Maybe that is off the agenda now finally, so maybe we can go back up. Let's see where if it starts to continue to go down lower, it might possibly. Let's actually move this down here. Want it to more like that. Let's fix this over here on this end. We could possibly see it come down all the way down to. Oh well, we have our monthly VWAP down here, so that's a little bit dangerous. So here and here's our new targets if we continue to see more to the downside. All right, let's see if we can get down to this area down here where I drew out. And if not, we're definitely gonna be heading. If we continue down, we're definitely gonna be heading to this monthly view up there. So we'll probably give it a brief little tap before it bounces. Sort of an easy day. I mean, the gap fill's pretty much the main target I think anyone should have been looking at. And then of course, some continuation. If we like kind of bled, continued, held, yeah, pretty easy. There's another 120 points. This one would have ran 170. I mean, there's some points to be made still. I'm on sim. I'm done trading. I mean, it's whatever. I'm just here to look to see what's going on, pretty much. And that's gonna be it for me. I'm gonna end the stream, but I'll continue to just kind of watch the market. So peace.